The best event in the history of World of Tanks is available right now, and what do I mean by this? Well, if you watched yesterday's video, which showcased the silver earning potential of using Cold War, well, this is blowing that completely out the water because of the fact that you can earn a million and millions of credit every single game. Yes, every game you can earn millions of silver. And I don't mean that as a kind of clickbait, it is not. This is actually how you can earn millions of silver, and let's talk about how you can do it first, because we'll showcase the gameplay in the background. These are fairly good games and they certainly showcase how you can earn a lot of silver and how you can maximize that within the game itself. But the key thing is that if you haven't seen already, there is a silver with interest operation going on right now, and for those of you that don't know, the silver with interest operation is essentially for every 1000 XP you earn, you gain 50% more silver. Now, this operation is repeatable, so you might be thinking, oh nice, you can get an extra 50% silver in your game. No, something far better. You can earn 50% for every 1000 XP you earn. Don't worry though, because if you use XP boosters during this period of time, you get more XP. Oh, well, what happens when you get more XP? You get more silver, because you get double the amount of XP if you've got premium account and you're using silver XP boosters. So for example, if you're using a 5 times XP booster that some of you may or may not have, but even if you don't, you can use times 3s, times 2s, whatever you have saved up on your account. Now is the best time of all to use your 5 times XP boosters, your 2 times XP boosters, your 3, your 5, whatever. Basically what I'm trying to say is use your XP boosters right now, but use it on Cold War. Now, I'm using it on tanks that you can't even grind from, and that is premium Cold War vehicles. Why do you say? Well, like the video that we showcased yesterday, which I highly recommend you still have a look at, because that actually highlights how you can earn more silver in each of the games that you're playing, as opposed to how you can take advantage of this operation. So they kind of work in conjunction, and I had no idea that Wargaming were going to actually release this operation within the game, so it's kind of like a double whammy. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos, and of course if you are, please do subscribe, because they do take a long time to actually grind out, and we do upload every single day. But the key thing about this one is that, as you're seeing, we're utilising the assistance damage and also the damage within this game. And why are we doing that? Because essentially what we want to do is just get as much damage and as much XP, because silver is related to XP, like you probably saw on previous video. But what we do with Cold War and why we're using those XP boosters is because essentially you can get like 250% more XP. You may even get 400% XP. You may, if you have an outstanding game, end up with a 5 times XP booster, plus maybe you have the daily double, which also counts towards the XP potential. And if, for example, you were to earn 15,000 XP within the game, then you would have 15 times 50% XP boost. So what does that equal? Well, that equals to 7.5 times more silver in one singular game. Now, you know about Cold War, probably, if you've played World of Tanks console for any length of time, or you've been sticking around, and you'll know, hang on a minute, 7.5 times silver within the game, and if you've got 7.5 times, what does that mean? Well, does that mean I'm going to be able to get like, you know, 1 million silver, or maybe I'll be able to earn like 700,000 silver? No. 7.5 times Cold War premium XP, which if you're using a premium vehicle, and some of them like the Leopard 1A1 here have 65% bonus to the base amount of silver that you get within the game. So what does that mean? Well, that means that in the game that you're playing, the base amount of silver is 65% more. So any bonus that happens upon that is not necessarily added, so it is just duplicated or like multiplied onto that base amount of silver. So with the 65% bonus to the silver earning potential, and then you times it by 7.5%, and you have a game like you're seeing in the background here, with us coming top and picking up 1591 XP with a fairly good game. You know, it's a solid one. We picked up over 10,000 combined damage in the Leopard 1A1, and when you have a look at how much silver you earn, which should be in a second, hang on a minute, does that really say 2.5 million silver in one singular game? Oh, well that's pretty happy. What about if we play another game, and we'll jump into another replay here because, you know, that could have been a fluke. I could have got an operation or whatever, you know, I might have been able to fudge it if I was trying to clickbait you or whatever it might be, but I don't think that that's necessarily the case. So let's have a look as we move through. What about in a game where we pick up a lot more? So we jumped into a Fredvarn game, and in the same tank, 65% bonus silver, and this applies to all of the tanks in Cold War. You don't have to play a premium, you can be playing these standard vehicles, and if you have the XP boosters like I do, and I applied them to these vehicles, then not only will you be reaping the rewards of just using your XP boosters on tanks that you can grind out, but you're earning mega amounts of silver that will save you so much time within the game, and hence why this event is genuinely the best event Wargaming have ever done. I don't know whether Wargaming actually thought about this when they decided to actually introduce this into the game. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I have absolutely no idea, but certainly utilising it for my own personal gain, and in one single evening when I didn't even play that much World of Tanks, I played maybe like 10 games, I earned like 20 million silver. And I mean that in no uncertain terms, 20 million silver from 10 games. Now, for example, take what the typical game length is in World of Tanks. You know, it could take you maybe 5 to 6 minutes, being very generous within World of Tanks, to complete one singular game. Okay, so 5 to 10 minutes. Let's add on an additional maybe like 2 minutes when you're in the menu, or you go for a little refreshment break, or you grab a cup of tea whilst you're basically rinsing Wargaming's bank account of all of the silver that they've been dishing out. And yeah, you can maybe complete, I'd say conservatively, 6 games within 1 hour. So if, for example, like the previous game where we earned 2 million, or 2.5 million to be exact, and if you're a consistently good player, you're using the ×5 silver boost, you're using them on tanks like this which have the 65% silver bonus, well, that would equate, that would actually equate to 15 million silver per hour. Now, if we were, for example, to have a look at how much 15 million silver would cost you if you were to just buy it from Wargaming, well, 15 million silver is the equivalent of 1.5 lots of the kind of jackpot kind of bundle you can buy in the store, where Wargaming released 10 million silver for 10,000 gold. And so, what's that? 15 million silver equals 15,000 gold, for example. So 15,000 gold, how much does that actually cost you to purchase if you were going to purchase it? Now, I'm not saying anyone is going to go out of their way to purchase that all of the time, or certainly you would only do it a few times in your lifetime, but, you know, 15,000 gold, how much is that? Well, that's about £50. So if your time is worth any amount of kind of grindiness, blah blah blah, or if you're getting stuck on silver, then essentially you're getting paid £50 an hour to be able to play World of Tanks. Now that was of course even more in dollars if you are a dollarian, or whatever you want to call yourself, an American, but yeah, you're probably at like $70 an hour, which for the most part, no one is going to be buying silver at this moment in time, and that's probably something that Wargaming didn't realise. And essentially every single game, if we work it out on a per game basis, and you were to instead actually just get the silver from playing the game, and you were to purchase silver within the game, then essentially every single game you'd be earning in the region of about £8. Now, a game lasts what, like 5 minutes? Like I said, maybe less, maybe more, and maybe you could come up with even more strategies where you just YOLO in with a light tank and basically just use those boosters to kind of farm damage at the beginning and then kind of leave and go into the next game, and so on and so on and so on. And that's the ultimate way of kind of earning as much silver as possible per hour, and I highly recommend you check out the previous video which covers that if you haven't already. Or maybe go back and just reiterate some of these things so you can take advantage of it even more, because this event probably will never come around again. I can't see Wargaming have actually realised that this is what people were going to do, but a ×5 silver booster will cost you 100 gold per game. So if you equate 100 gold, that's probably about like 30p or something like that. So 30p per hour, you're looking at what, if we average 6 games, you're looking at like £1.80 per hour, which it's very low. And if that means that you don't have to grind any more premiums for the next however long, and you're after just getting through the tech tree lines, buying a load of tanks, and maybe instead buying tech tree vehicles instead of buying a ton of premiums in the game, then you'll save yourself a ton of money, and I mean a ton of money. And you do not have to have exceptional games. This is not an exceptional kind of thing that you have to do to be able to earn a ton of silver. And if you don't have any kind of boosters, then I highly recommend right now, if you have any gold on your account, to go out and buy them, because you will never get this opportunity again, I don't think, in my personal opinion. And that is coming from someone that I genuinely hate promoting people going out and buying stuff from Wargaming, because in terms of cost for like reward, like this game, again, 2.4 million silver in that game for a very kind of mediocre game in a Leopard 1A1. Yeah, that's 5 million silver in 2 games. That lasted 5 minutes and 33 seconds. And if we got taken out earlier on, or if we pushed or had more damage in that victory, then even more silver would have come our way. And even on a loss, you can earn like 1.5 million silver as well with the ×5 XP boost. So it is centered around the ×5 XP boost, but even if you don't have it right now, you can still earn like 700k in one singular battle. And I'm sure that some people are going to be able to farm up to 3 million silver in a game, maybe even see the precipice. If you have an outstanding, unbelievable replay, then you may even be able to see 4 million within the game. I certainly think 3.5 is actually like the elite level, but yeah, maybe even 4 million in one game. So yeah, it is unbelievable, and I just had to get this out there again. And for those of you that might not have clocked and have just been using your standard kind of playing the game and earning a ton of silver, which is really good anyway, but yeah, use all your XP boosts right now. It is super crucial for earning a ton of silver. If you are a baller and you already have a ton of silver, well, I don't know why you're watching this video, but it can maybe stack up your account even more. But I will be utilizing this over the next 6 days, because that's how long it's actually available for, until next Tuesday. Maybe they'll patch it, I have no idea. Maybe this wasn't actually intended by Wargaming and it is slightly a bug or something, but yeah, fingers crossed it stays there for the next week and we will be able to farm up hundreds of millions of silver, hopefully, fingers crossed, as we push towards grinding out all of the tier 10s in the game and looking towards actually purchasing some other vehicles as well. But thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully you take advantage of this, and don't forget, check out that previous video on screen right now, and I'll see you there. Goodbye.